welcome to Thugging It Out. Thugging It Out is a platform where we create a safe space to acknowledge, experience, and overcome real life issues in a positive and healthy way. Our Motherhoods panel was this past Saturday, and if you have not checked it out already, make sure you check it out on YouTube at Thugging It Out Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as well as following us on whatever podcast platform that you're listening to this on, as well as follow us on Instagram at _thugging it out _. Also, if you're a mom, dad, married, or just something in between, make sure you hit me up on whatever social media platform that you're listening to this on, because I have some series up my sleeves. I'm doing a fatherhood panel, I'm doing other series, and I got a lot of stuff on my sleeve. So if you feel that you need a platform, or you could just use a safe space that we could just chop it up, talk about how we're thugging it out and where you're at, to shed some light on something that you might be going through, hit me up, because this platform is for everybody. It's to make a safe space where we could come together, where we could speak on our struggles, but also grow from them, because you never know what somebody else is going through, and you never know, your testimony might help the next person. Y'all already know that Wednesday was the drop day, because Saturdays are for the visual content on the YouTube channel. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Thugging It Out Podcast, that is. And Wednesdays was the drop date for our original podcast episodes, which have been moved from Sunday, because your girl is trying to rework this platform, even though I've been growing it since June of 2022. You know, your girl has been kind of flaky with it. I'm just going to be 100% transparent. I have not really been on my P's and Q's how I should be on my P's and Q's. So now I'm in like a rebranding, reworking out the kinks thing with the podcast. And with that being said, let's just talk about life right now. This is not, it's supposed to be part 8 of the Perfecting the Process series, but we're going to hold off to that to next Wednesday. Lord have mercy. I feel like I need to just take the time to do this impromptu episode to tell you, to just tell y'all exactly where I'm at. Because at this point in time, I'm just over it in so many words. In so many ways, I'm over it. Because, I've been trying to record this episode since yesterday, which is Wednesday, because today is Thursday morning. I've been up this morning since first of all, I didn't even get any rest. Yes, your girl is not been getting any rest. But, I get sleep, but I don't get rest. There is a big difference. But, yeah, I've been trying to record this episode, and for some reason, it's not working. It's crazy, because I was just halfway through the episode. And, of course, technology being technology, flaked out on me. And, like I said, I've been up early this morning, and as I'm looking at the time, it's getting closer and closer to where I have to get up and handle business so I can get to work, so I can take the kids to school, so I can get stuff that I have to do in the morning done. And quite frankly, I just feel as if the devil has been busy. And I don't even like saying the D word, but he's here, he's alive, he's thriving. Well, I'm not gonna say he's alive and he's not thriving, but he's around doing what he normally do, stirring up. And I just recognize that regardless of what you might be feeling, or regardless of how things seem, you have to continuously go. You just got to keep at it. Because I'm not going to lie. Personally, in my life, I feel as if he's been knocking, and he's been trying to turn over stuff, and he's been trying to start drama consistently in my life. And I'm going to tell you something. When he try to mess something up, when he start to really get active and really start playing in your backyard, that's when you got to know that you're doing the right, like you're on the right path, that you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. Because, newsflash, when you ain't doing nothing, when you doing everything that he wants you to do, which is completely nothing, and living a life that's filled with just toxicity and nonsense and just being stagnant, he ain't gonna fool with you. Because he feels content that you're exactly where he wants you to be, a low life. So when you're actually putting in the work and you're actually trying to get better, when you actually are trying to change things and turn over a new leaf and kind of start trying to walk on the good path, that's when he want to come in and throw rocks at you. That's when he want to trip you up. Because I'm trying to say, it's like he'll just be there waiting, trying to just sabotage. And I'm not going to be one of the people that say it's always him. But, sometimes we self-sabotage, and that is a thing as well. But we do have to acknowledge that when you're on a good path, when you're working, when you're doing everything that you're supposed to, and you're actively trying to be better, that's when opposition comes. That's when the stress comes. That's when the drama comes. And I'm not going to lie, I feel as if I've been doing this tango and going through this transition from a minute. Like I already told y'all about the wedding story. Like, that happened. When I found that I was bringing in new life, the negativity from that happened. Everything, every turn I make or every stride that I'm making, it just seems as if it's some type of small inconvenience, some type of small struggle. Like I'm not even kidding y'all. Yesterday, I had to do my assignments. I had to record the podcast. I had to do, I had to cut clips. I had to do a lot, sitting around the podcast. But just everything was not clicking. It was like I couldn't focus. Or as soon as I record, some background noise. Or the baby wake up. And even this morning, I've been up since like 3. And for the past few hours, nothing hasn't stick. As soon as I get halfway through, because it waits till you basically almost at the finish line, closer than I ever was, and boom, computer just go black. Boom, phone get the ring. Boom, baby start crying. Boom, Matala come and say, interrupt me. Like, it's crazy how things are just not working in my favor this morning, or just in general, or all the opposition that I'm just identifying. And I understand and I know that it's because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm on to something. I'm very close to my peak. I'm very close to turning over a new leaf, to getting to that next level. I feel it. I feel it in my soul, and I know that in my soul, God is telling me, keep going. Don't let it stop. You better not stop. Thug it out. That's what you do. Keep going. And it gets hard sometimes, though. It really do, because it's like, how long is it going to go? But I have to remember that anything worth having does not come easy. That you got to follow the steps. Just because, the boat shake don't necessarily mean that it's trouble. You got to keep going. And that's why on this impromptu episode, because for some reason, the universe, the whatever's going on, I can't record the episode that I wanted. So I'm just going to pivot. And I'm going to, even though I'm a day late and I'm not meeting my deadline, I am just going to be transparent, because I feel like that's most important. I have to be me. I have to let y'all know what I'm struggling with and what I'm going through, because it's a lot. It's a lot to be consistent. It's a lot to have discipline to do what you need to do. And that's something, of course, that's part of part 8. But that's something that I'm working on as well. I really need to come up with something. And I feel like me personally, It's more so with the following through. Because at any inconvenience, your girl be ready to quit. And that is my toxic trait. My toxic trait that is at any inconvenience, I would really say, F it all, I'm done. And I really need to have some type of grit and some type of pushback where I don't give up so easily. Because that's the real reason why your girl go ghost for some times, why the morning videos don't come out as how they supposed to, or how I have long breaks with the content, or just how your girl go ghost. Like, I will literally go ghost. And that's something that I am in a constant battle with as of now. And I feel as now is the determining factor, because I have wanted to quit. I have reached some type of pushback. I have reached, I feel like, almost a breaking point where I'm just like, F this. But then I have that voice in the back of my head. I have that grit in my soul that's telling me, we've been here before. These are not uncharted waters. Yes, it feels as if the boat might break, but you was built for this, so keep going. So that's my spiel of an episode this week, this Wednesday, because this Saturday I have something else coming up. It will be visual content and it will be dope. But as of now, to get through the rest of this week, I need to tell you, do not stop. Keep going. You better not stop. Even if it gets hard, if it gets tough, if it gets uncomfortable, if it gets scary. Because I'm not going to lie, this world is scary. And I don't know if y'all been paying attention or not, but it's going to get scarier. And I'm not one of them fear, whatever you call them people. I'm not one of the people that spread fear, because I always know my God got the last say, regardless of what y'all believe in. I'm going to believe in it for you. I know he always got the last say. It will never, ever be this thing where, won't never be no hope. But I just want to be the person to tell y'all, we're going to have to thug it out. We're going to have to lace up our boots. We're going to have to zip up our coat. And we're going to have to get ready to thug it out. Because right now, your girl is fighting for my life. Not really, but figuratively. Fighting against my old self. I'm fighting against my flesh. I'm fighting against the intrusive thoughts, because y'all do know seasonal depression is real. Seasonal depression has been trying to creep in, but no, I'm not letting it. And I also, too, have to start making some healthier strides, because your girl is getting older and I cannot keep the same habits that I have been keeping. And we all can't. This is something collectively that we need to fix. A lot of us are very unhealthy. And just because you might look healthy or you might look good does not necessarily mean that your body is healthy. So this episode is really just a reality check for all of us, especially me. And it's really just a cry for you guys to get on y'all Zoom. I know I say it all the time, but get on y'all Zoom. Because we got to. We got to start doing better. And we got to understand that anything worth having won't come easy. The devil will creep. He will sit there and throw rocks. He will try to trip you up. And he will try to add some temptation now to get you, to bait you. But don't bite the bait. Do not bite the bait. Continue down the path that you're going down. Do not revert to old ways. Do not let him celebrate your failures. Prove him wrong. Because I'm trying to tell you, he only creeps up. My understanding from my personal experience, he only creeps up when you're on to something. I'm trying to tell you. If I just sit here and think back, if I told y'all all the stuff that I've been through in my life, when I was in them trenches, well, I ain't gonna say trenches, when I was just in that period where I was just miserable, if I was just living a crazy life, when I was about that life, I'm trying to tell you, that man did not mess with me. he did not mess with me. Only disappointment I got was God protection from him stopping, from him doing divine intervention and him preventing things. And it seemed as a misfortune, but really in reality, it was a way to cover me from certain things that could have been life changer. So that's what I feel like too, that we gotta acknowledge that, you know, when we're in the funk, when we're in the haze, when we're giving him that satisfaction and we're not doing everything that God put us here for, the devil not gonna fool with you, because he's celebrating, like, yeah, they're in that low level, they're vibrating at that low vibration, like they're doing things that's not good for them, because he's all about hurting ourselves. When you hurt yourself, he does not care about you. He don't care about what you're doing, what you got going on, or how you feel. He's not gonna say nothing. And you gonna be sitting there hurt and going nowhere and wondering, like, asking God, like, what's going on here? The whole time, though, it ain't got nothing to do with him. All you have to do is ask for help, and you will receive. And a lot of times, the disappointment when you get there, when you can't get certain things and you can't do certain things, is really just God preventing something life-changing from happening to you. So that's how I know that in this phase that I'm in, where I'm really trying to do better, where I'm really working on myself, where I'm really been in the gym mentally and spiritually, because your girl needs to get in the gym physically, but I ain't got that yet. But when I'm really, really, really trying to put in the work, where I'm really trying to turn over a new leaf, I'm recognizing more and more that I'm getting pushed back from all sides. And I already know that ain't nothing but him. So I'm taking my testimony today and I'm giving it to y'all as an episode, because I'm trying to be consistent. I have to pivot. I'm learning how to pivot, and I'm just learning how to go with the flow. And the flow is today that, of course, it ain't go as planned. This is not the episode that I wanted to record. I really wanted to do part 8, but part 8 will be next Wednesday. And your girl just I'm gonna have to record that whenever in my next window of convenience. I'm going to have to record it and just schedule it for next Wednesday, because this right here is telling me that I have to, become a better steward of my time. I have to really learn how to schedule my time and really make space and time for everything, so everything gets done without overwhelming myself. Because I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This morning, me being up at 3 and trying to get stuff done and really trying to put in some work early this morning before I actually go to my job, it's not healthy. Because I have a lot of work to do, and I know by the time 12 o'clock hit, I'm going to be over it. But I'm going to speak life over me, and I'm speaking life over y'all this morning, or whenever y'all might listen to this, and I'm just going to keep it a stack. Don't give up. Keep going. The opposition, keep going. Don't let it get the best of you. Keep going. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's frustrating. And I know you just wish, like, something got to give. I understand it. I'm there with you. But keep going. And that's this week's episode. Short, sweet, to the point. But keep going. And like I said earlier, moms, dad, married people, single people, anybody in between, hit me up, because this Thugging It Out podcast on YouTube, it's where we're going to do more and more live interactions with everybody. The Motherhoods panel will reconvene the Saturday after Thanksgiving. I'm doing something for the dads in December, and I got something on my sleeve for some married people, and I got some one-on-one slots, and we going to make it work. And just FYI, the new drop dates is Wednesday. And I know today Thursday, but next Wednesday it will be a new episode on all the podcast platforms, as well as new episodes on YouTube on Saturday. So Wednesdays, Saturdays, those are the Thugging It Out days. And I want y'all to be on the lookout. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I want y'all to have a wonderful day. I want y'all to keep thugging it out. And hit me up. because this is a safe space for everybody. Make sure you following us on Instagram at _ thugging it out _ and that brings us to the end of yet another episode. Remember to be grateful, be blessed, be thankful, but most importantly, keep thugging it out. Peace.